So, this is going to be a video on hackers and exploit. So, in here, they did a post reporting a bot. Find and report a bot who's using third-party software or automatically farm monsters. Trade, blah, blah, blah. And they acknowledge it. You'll receive this. Reporting hackers. Reporting disruptive hackers. This was their hacker and exploit initiative, I guess. Hacker hunting initiative, as they put it on the post. This was all fine and dandy. So this report was for individuals that you'd find, and then they'd go in and ban them. And for some people, it seemed like the ban didn't last. On Uno's server, there were several that came back. That, wow, what are you still doing here? But today, they put it in another post. So, while the vast majority of the community consists of honest players, some users did resort to cheating by using bots and hacking tools. Not a part of the terms of service. Banning waves will take place in regular intervals and will continue banning as long as we find cheaters. Well, you shouldn't be finding cheaters. You should be fixing the problem, making it so that you can't. Now, here comes the ban hammer. Yeah, like JoJo says. I agree completely. In terms of what they should have been doing in the beginning. How can these hackers be taken care of now when they weren't taken care of before? I'm sorry, community, but or Black Desert administration. If you ban them once and then they come back, when are you going to resort to IP bans? And even with that, what if they're running a VPN? A static IP. How can you ban an account or an individual to make it so that they don't come back on? I really question this within the game, because the game is a very big game, obviously, has a lot of facets to it, but the biggest problem is the company. I feel they're not banning when they should, and the people are coming back. I've posted on here several times on the same individual where it's a new character, but it's the same account. It's just like, wow. And that individual was a disruptive hacker, so he would blatantly hack to infinity and beyond, if you will, and just tear you apart running around. So you get a new horse and you want to breed it. He's there to kill it for you. And there's nothing you can do about that. Going to field bosses, taking out everyone at the field boss. There were many occasions of that, and yet you would see him every week come back after supposedly being banned and then being gone for a bit. So this is all nice and dandy, being able to report them, and then the waves coming in, but it shouldn't be waves coming in, and there should be GMs actually physically in the game. I don't see GMs physically in the game. And we've even had hackers poses, or try to pose as GMs, putting GM in front of their name. And it's like, yeah, that's not going to work. And half the community on the server I'm on, when they say GM, they're, the guild master. So that transparency is needed to identify an in-game GM versus a standard fuckstick that runs around calling himself a GM. But with this, hopefully they'll cut down on the hacking. But as I see it, that's not going to be the case anytime soon. And it's to no offense of anyone else, but sorry, Dom. Sorry, Pearl. But you guys haven't been doing a very good job A little more transparency is needed on what all you're actually doing, just like with the Valencia patch being set aside a little while longer, just like the Ninja being set aside a little longer, and making sure that everybody knows exactly what's going on, because this stuff is unreal. And hell, I mean, this one is 33 pages. That's not too terrible, but I know on my server we got to the point where sending in, we don't even care about the rewards, because when it comes down to it, you're not doing anything about it. You're not stopping any of the issues, and then ban waves. It's just, yeah, it's pointless if you're not going to actually do something to keep them from coming back constantly. So with that being said, let's keep an open eye. Eye blue. Ugh, where'd you climb on me? Let's keep an open eye and see what they come up with, and see if they actually fix these issues, instead of going out to build bosses and finding 4 or 5 hackers playing together, ruining the game.